Hi, and welcome back to the series on the 9 Enneagram personalities. Why is it so important to learn the 9 personalities, but most of all, your own Enneagram? Because it gives you a wealth of information that can absolutely raise your self-esteem, your self-confidence, help you to understand other people so that you can get along with them, resolve conflicts. You can increase your career currency by knowing the personalities and many, many other things. It is the foundation of all my coaching and has been the most influential thing in my personal growth and spiritual journey that I've ever found. So we've talked about the different personalities. I'm just going to review for you. Personality is created by the age of 7 in your family of origin, and you do that by limiting beliefs. So I'm just going to go back down here. Hang a second. I want to give you the limiting belief of each of the personality types so you can begin to understand how differently the 9 personalities see the world, react in the world, feel emotionally loved and valued in the world. And you can begin to see in your relationship, this person might be that personality. Oh, now I understand more about them. It's like figuring out what makes people tick. So for the perfecter, the limiting belief was, I must be good. Good behavior is taken for granted, while bad behavior is punished and judged. And therefore, going forward, they have a critic, an internal critic inside them that's operating 24/7 that judges them and other people. And therefore, they lead a more restricted life. The 2 supporter helper personality has a limiting belief: to get, you must give. To be loved, you must be needed. And therefore builds a pattern and a construct of always giving, 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 even to their detriment, and can be intrusive before they learn the personal growth of releasing these patterns that are sabotaging us and learning new patterns. And then we learned about the 3 achiever, and they believe that people are rewarded for what they do, not for who they are. And therefore, they are the personalities that focus on achieving and goals and accomplishing. And then the last one I did was the 4 expressor. Their limiting belief is painful losses leaving them feel abandoned and that they are missing something important. They are the more dramatic, sensitive, emotional personality types. So today we're going into the thinking-based personalities, the contemplators, who really, really value their mind. The limiting belief is the world demands too much and gives too little, leaving them depleted. Therefore, a lot of times for contemplators, when they are in a social gathering, when they come out, they often feel depleted or need to leave early because they feel their energy is being drained. Whereas other personalities, the 7s, the 2s, the 3s, often feel the opposite, when they're around other personalities and people in groups of peoples, they find that stimulating. So the 5 contemplator focuses on knowledge and wisdom to gain competency, an observer of life, loves to research to get the data and facts, lives from the perspective of data and facts, in their head a lot, spends time alone with thoughts, and are rarely bored. They are the true introvert, can get by with less stuff than most people, logical when making judgments and decisions, shares information, likes to plan things before they happen, needs lots of information before acting. So they work out Google all the time, looking up facts and data, strives to lead a meaningful and uncomplicated life. Generally more introverted, as I said, calm, serene, solution-oriented, and good listener. What are the challenges? Every personality has challenges with themselves because they know the patterns that are repetitive, that aren't serving them, and can be challenging to other people. So they detach. They are often in their head, they're detached. In a social situation, they're often on the outside of the room, observing. And that's where the juice is for them. They like to gather data on other people, observing how they're acting and interacting. And the only thing they really like is if there is intellectual conversation or debates. Others can find them overly logical and emotionless. They need a lot of privacy and solitude to think about life. They replay events in their life and attach feelings to them afterwards. Sometimes they feel invisible. They often other people can find them cool and unapproachable. And that's because they're in their head most of the time, attempting to figure out how to interact with other people. You may find them, I'll talk about famous people afterwards, but the Big Bang show with all of those, the five guys are contemplators, all of them learn to protect themselves. So the relationship style is they learn to protect themselves from intrusions and drains on energy, becoming private and self-sufficient. Developed a sense of avarice, ability to stay calm and logical, especially during emotional times. They are grounded, minimalistic, structured, serene, enriches with information, activities, and knowledge, listens well, are calm, steady, even in a crisis. They can think quickly and think their way out of things, have an appealing sense of humor. So to get along with them, understand that they are not shy, stuck up, or antisocial. They don't like small talk, but they do love intellectual and debating conversation. They may be in their head observing or prefer one-on-one conversations. Um, you know, some contemplators have shared that in big groups, and it depends on the group, right? And how that group is interacting with them. If there's a lot of drama, this is going to drain the energy of the contemplator. And so that, they may leave early. You may wonder, well, they were here a minute ago. Where did they go? Well, they're out the door to conserve their own energy. For the contemplator, if you feel drained at social events, let your host know ahead of time that you might need to leave early. Prepare some conversation topics that you would be comfortable engaging with others with. So for contemplators, or on each of these personalities, I usually give you examples of famous people. So you can sort of be able to see their energy. Each personality type has their own energy. So Bill Gates, if you've seen interviews with him, he sits in a chair and his body is just motionless, but his hands are going, and you can feel all the energy coming from his head. There isn't a lot of other things. And he's talking logical from his head most of the time. Jane Goodall, Mark Zuckerberg, who developed the concept of Facebook. This still blows my mind that we have a platform we can go on, post something instantaneously. It is seen anywhere in the world and it's free. I'm amazed. So for anything, the conception must come first and then the technical ability to build it. And so you need people who can really think out these strategies and information and data. I'm not great at that. I'm great at nurturing and caring and taking care of people because I'm a true supporter. So I really value this in other people. Stephen King, Clint Eastwood, I don't know, years ago, he did this really funny. He thought he was being really funny and he was going to do this humorously, interviewing one of the presidents in a chair. And it was just painful because he'd say something and then he'd think himself through the next statement and then he'd say that. It didn't go all that well. Eckhart Tolle, Agatha Christie, and many others who they have difficulty dealing with the emotions of other people because they are so logical. And the emotions of other people can really throw them off because they don't know how to respond to that. So they'll be in their head trying to figure out a solution or gather data and knowledge from what they've read before. I really hope you're enjoying these. Drop me a note. if you have any questions on this personality or how to deal with them, or if you're this personality, why I love the Enneagram is there's 9 levels of behavior, from very unhealthy to the healthier high of the 9 levels. And that really gives you an idea of how you can grow within your personality to become the best person you can be. So eileenhead.com, I do have the free 9-paragraph test on my website, and a free call afterwards, because I want to verify this with you. When you verify your personality type, it is freakishly accurate. And then I'll tell you a little bit about your personality as well. So eileenhead.com.